Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I have been to see The Suicide Squad. This is the 2021 version of the movie, I guess version. It's like a sequel, but it's not in a way. Well, it is, but I don't really know. But anyway, yes, I've been to see it. Great film. I never normally start with my initial thoughts straight away. I thought it was a really good film. It was so funny. It reminded me a lot of like Deadpool, a lot of it. We had the comedy, we had like really good humor, really nicely written script. It was well organized in terms of how it was all told. There was a lot of like, I guess, not props, but like items in the movie that kind of like told you what was happening. So like, normally you'd have like 10 minutes earlier we had, but that was like done in like the smoke effect of like clouds or something. I don't know, it's hard to explain, but it's really cool how they did it. And they did tell a story like that, they showed us a bit and then they were like, 15 minutes earlier, and you'd like, you'd go and see what happened before. So there was good bits, and I liked the organization of the movie itself. Now this is directed by James Gunn. James Gunn is well known for doing the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, so obviously that's kind of on the Marvel side of things, and those films have been known to be quite funny, humorous, and not like, I guess, adult, because Marvel doesn't really like to release 15 rated movies, because basically they shut off like a large portion of the market. DC on the other hand does, and this is where James Gunn really shone in terms of like, I guess, well, he's always kind of probably wanted to do in Marvel, but he kind of can't, because you've got to make it Disney proof and make it family friendly, which that's what I don't like about Marvel, because yeah. But with this, we saw blood, which is guts, just a lot of stuff. There was like obviously swear words in there, it was a gritty movie, and that's what I've always loved about DC films. I've always found them not to be as funny, which is always one of my criticisms with them, because they are quite serious. Like I guess the whole Zack Snyder stuff is kind of quite serious, quite dark, quite, there's a lot of slow-mo in there, we know all that. But from this point of view, it was a bit more light-hearted, a bit more, I guess, appealing to other people. The jokes in there were hilarious, it was great. But it was also very well done. I personally very much enjoyed it. And like I said, this is kind of, I feel like what James Gunn's always wanted to do with a superhero film is have a bit of fun with it, just go a bit mad with it. It was a pretty bonkers film. And everyone on Rotten Tomatoes right now is absolutely loving it. Like, I don't think I've ever remembered a DC film being this greatly received, to be honest with you. It's really good news for the DC universe, and then we had some end credit scenes as well, and it just was really good. The only negative to the film for me was, I'm just kind of comparing this to the original Suicide Squad movie, which I have actually revisited and done a review on the channel, so if you want to go and watch that, please do after this. What I liked about that Suicide Squad movie was obviously the music soundtrack. Now everybody loved that. Purple Lamborghini is just like a great song, like, you know what I mean? And the good thing about David Ayer's version, which is the original Suicide Squad film, is that movie soundtrack was really good. Everything else, obviously the story, the whole characters, that was all really weak and really bad. But this was great, and I think if I was going to choose something else to like really pick on the film, I didn't kind of like the whole villain aspect of the film. I'm not going to spoil it. We don't actually see it in the trailer, so I'm not going to spoil what it is. But for me, I was a bit like, oh, okay, really? Like, I found like the villain to be a bit meh, and I find that in a lot of like, I guess the previous Suicide Squad film we had, that had a bad villain as well. So I feel like they've got to nail the villain in these films, because at the end of the day, the Suicide Squad are based on people that are in prison and they've done bad things. So put them up against someone who's badass, not like, I guess, what it was. I felt a bit of a and that's kind of why I think Marvel does great things in terms of the villains. Like, that's where DC very much struggles, and we'll see coming up. I guess the only one that's really good in DC is like the Joker and stuff. But other than that, it's like, what is a good villain? I find that to be a struggle, and that's what I found hard in this film. Is the whole thing was just like, oh, that was missing. It was a very fun film. It's very much not family friendly. It's a 15 in the UK, so it's like, over 15s. It's not like a 12A, so everybody under 12 can come, which, like I said at the beginning, that's what Marvel tends to do. So yeah, it's 15, so it's quite a serious film, but also very funny. One big surprise was John Cena for me. I absolutely love John Cena in this film. He's hilarious. Same with Idris Elba, he did fantastic. And obviously Harley Quinn, played by Margot Robbie, was amazing. Loved her new costume, outfit and all that. And yeah, for me, I'm going to give this movie a solid 8 out of 10. It's great. It's up there with my favourite DC EU films. I've pre-ordered the Steelbook, which is on the Warner Brothers shop, and if you use the code WELCOME, you also get 10% off that. I'm not sponsored by them or anything, but I'll put a link to it down below. It's a great looking Steelbook, and I'm very excited for it to rewatch it again when I can. So yeah, so there's my review of the Suicide Squad. Please stay tuned for tomorrow's video, where I'm going to be going to see Jungle Cruise in the morning, and we're going to have that review out very soon. So thanks for watching, guys. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.